guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Lil Uzi x Playboi Carti type beat. So I'm going to be breaking down one of my beats that I've actually published already called Sanguine. So now we're going to be starting off with the melody. So if you haven't heard Sanguine yet, I'm going to give you a little preview. So now I'm gonna start off with the melody. The melody is made up of these two sounds right here, this ARP and this flute. So now we're gonna be starting off with the ARP. So in the ARP, I have a basic chord progression right here. And the VST and preset I use is Omnisphere, and it was from this Wrld on Drugs Omnisphere expansion bank. I think it's free and you can just search it up. So it's this Mr. Krabs ARP right here. So this is what the ARP melody sounds like. So now for the other part of the melody, which is the flute, I used Omnisphere again for this, and I got this random Omnisphere bank. I don't really remember where I got it from, and the preset is this flute called Mask Off. So now this is what the flute sounds like. So I just used the ghost notes of the chord progression to make this flute melody. So now this is what the ARP and flute sounds like. So now we're gonna be going on with our drums. So we're gonna be starting off with the 808s. So for the 808s, I made an 808 pattern using the bass notes of my chord progression and made it an octave higher. So this is what the 808 sounds like. The 808 I used is that All Girls Are the Same from Nick Mira's Haywire drum kit. So now for the hi-hats, it's just basic with a little bit of rolls. These three things right here, I don't really know what you call them. So this is what the hi-hat sounds like. I don't know where I got the hi-hats from, so yeah. We're gonna be moving on with our clap, which is just simple, it just goes right there. So for the kick, I got the 808 pattern and just put it on one note. And then I added a kick before the clap. It's right here. So now for open hats is just before the clap too. For the perks, it's just the rim shot after the clap. I'm gonna play it with the clap because it adds a bounce to it. So for the cymbal, it just starts right here. So for this effects here, it's just, I don't really know where I got it from. Has that like spacey vibe thing, not really spacey vibe, tech vibe to it. So now this is what the whole drum sounds like. So now with the melody and drums together, this is what it sounds like. So now I put all my sounds into its own mixer channel right here. And right here, so I'm gonna start off with the melody. I'm gonna start off with the ARP. I was trying to put a ghost beat on it, but it didn't really work. I don't know why that hardcore thing is there. So at the start, I added a halftime, like right here. So it would do a switch up to this right here. So this is what it sounds like. And then I added an automation clip to my playlist here, and then I made it enabled for this part right here. Then it do the, so I made it enabled until here, and it would do the switch up to the main melody. And then I put a EQ on it to cut the lows and a little bit of the highs. And I put a sound goodier, this thingy, and then I just made it a little bit louder. So now for the flute, it's just, there's no EQ on it. I didn't know why I put an EQ. But one interesting thing I did with the melody is I panned the arpeggio to the left and the flute to the right, so it has a more stereo feel because you don't want it to be mono. Don't want it to be a little bit too simple. So now for our drums, I did the same thing with the 808s and kicks, because I want my beat to be more a stereo feel to it. So this is what the kick and 808 sounds like with the pan on. So now I'm just gonna start off with my 808s. I just put the 808 here. So I just put my drums into this mixer channel, and then I leveled everything. So yeah, I made my 808 a little bit higher than the melody, because you can see I made everything else leveled with the melody, except the clapping thing. I made the kick the loudest here, but I didn't want it to be too loud where it would go into the red zone, and the clap too. So yeah. So now how I structured it, there's the intro to the chorus, the bridge, the verse, and then to the chorus again, bridge, verse, chorus, and then the end. What I did in the end here is I went to my master and then put a halftime on it. So right here, this thing right here. And then at the end I added this like bouncy halftime thing to it. That because that's what I do with almost most of my beats, with my newer ones, because I wanted it to be unique. So yeah, I had my producer tag here, but I removed it for the untag thing, and yeah, so this is the whole beat. Oh yeah, also one thing, I added this effects right here. It's like a sonic thing, I don't really know. And also I added this like reverse crash, it sounds like that. This is from Nick Mira's drum kit. And also I added this whoosh thing. And then when it went from the bridge to verse, I added this downfall. And then when I added this spacing right here, I added this impact. So I just lowered the volume of it, so it's not, it can't be heard that much. And then for the chorus, I added a spacing for the hi-hat because it has like a bounce feel to it. And yeah, that's how I made the beat Sanguine. It was made from scratch.